All right, in a second here, Robbie will magically appear in this seat next to me, and we will kick off
I'm here.
the Drop Live episode 20.
We're in the.
And like I said, this is
Robbie.
I'm Thomas. We're going to be missing Jared here in a second.
This guy, this invisible
Yeah.
man.
And today is awesome because this one, the 20th, we
It
got
is
some
the
new branding for the cover image when that goes up, and
We got this little shoebox wall.
we're throwing some shoeboxes on. And what else is going on today? We have
a sponsor, which by the way, this show is sponsored by XOSKIN socks. They're high performance socks. They're awesome. They make some incredible socks, really good for ultra type events or any long distance event. We've read so many testimonials about people who have gone blister free for like 100 miles, 150 miles, but they're awesome company from Maryland, so like close to us.
Yeah. Are they awesome, Robbie?
Yeah. Did I say that like 10 times?
Yeah.
Well, they are.
Hey, what I like about the socks is some of the properties they have. They're antimicrobial,
Yeah.
easy for me to say, and they also have copper in them, which is proven to help with blood flow and all that stuff.
And if you're really poor, you can break them down and sell them for money.
Yeah, and I mean we can get into the detail. Yeah, that's a Baltimore joke because
Yeah.
what they do is they go and take off. Anyway, we'll get more into the details of the socks later because we actually have somebody here from XOSKIN to talk about it, and ultra runner Dave Seal is here and he will step in. I will pop out. Jarrett will pop out and let them talk socks.
Yeah. For all you foot people out there.
Yeah.
Like
If you're into feet,
I
today's
always,
your show.
there's always like the people who post the post ultra like foot pictures,
I
and they're
hate
always
those.
like chewed up like feet, missing toenails. I'm like, don't really need to see that.
I think people see it as like a badge of like, look,
Right.
I actually did run 50 miles or something.
Yeah.
You're like, you didn't have to show me your feet.
And also, you should have been wearing those XOSKIN socks because they wouldn't have been all torn up like that.
Yeah, a little
But
smoother.
Anyways, so yeah, that's our sponsor for today.
And just so you know, whenever we do something like this, we're very open about saying, hey,
Yeah.
this is sponsored content. This isn't a review necessarily. We're having somebody in who's interested and they're selling the product.
but
so
like,
it's,
but at
yeah.
the same time, we don't like we're not going to tell you to buy.
Yeah, we
something
wouldn't
that's
wouldn't put
crap.
out we wouldn't have somebody on that we thought
We've
had
had
crappy
that.
product.
We've had some crap products sent to us before, and we're like,
It's not gonna make it.
Anyways, so we do have we're rolling into some good shoes these months. So
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the end of the year.
yeah,
Pretty much most people's marathon season is over unless you're running CIM.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's another one in Minneapolis in Indiana or whatever. Or yeah, I think it is. That's
yeah.
going to be a
You're
mini
right.
CIM too.
Yeah.
It's sold out
it's crazy.
first time.
But anyways, yeah, so we did the New Balance 1080 V10 last week, which the written review is up on the site now.
Yeah.
Um,
The video is up too. We apologize. There's a little bit of noise in it. In the space that we have to shoot, we actually have gaps in the ceiling that have the office next to us we can hear them.
Yeah,
and they can hear us. But so sorry about the audio for that video. We also were working on some stuff with the mic where it was a little bit tinny, a little feedback, but
we're getting it taken care of.
the information's there. The shoe is great. It's one of my favorite for the year. It's going to be definitely on the top. It's on our best in gear reviews. So
that's that's the New Balance 1080 V10. If you get the weekly email, just click on the link there. I'll take you to the review. We had we actually had a good amount of reviews this week. We had the Saucony Guide 13.
For some reason, I wanted to call it the Glide, but it's the Guide.
There's Guide, Glide, Ride, Buy. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot. And but anyways, Dave Ames out there on the West Coast, living that beautiful
LBC.
that SoCal life. He reviewed that and he really liked it. And it's a lightweight stability shoe. Nothing.
It's got
nothing
that Power
crazy.
Run foam. The
Does.
new lighter weight, basically a lighter weight boost like material.
Yeah, from it has the Beat It the Beat It foam or
I
whatever.
forget what they call that stuff. It's like used in dashboards originally.
Yeah. Okay. I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, originally the whole boost thing from Bath, it used to be like, dashboards
Yeah.
made of when you banged your head.
Yeah.
That's that soft,
I love that.
like push. So
Nice.
yeah, it used to be underneath that, and then they're like, hey, you know what? This would be a good shoe.
Yeah, let's just throw this in
Yeah.
underfoot. So yeah, that you can read that review on the site. In the house, do have the ASICS GEL-Nimbus 22. the classic ASICS GEL-Nimbus.
If it ain't got gel, you better yell.
Yep, that's not a real tagline, but
Yeah.
I guess it could be.
Yeah.
Anyways, I reviewed this along with Taylor in Colorado.
Taylor loved it.
Taylor loved it, which...
Are you going to give a caveat to that? Are you gonna...
Okay, so Taylor called it the best, his favorite road shoe of 2019. But I think the only other road shoes he's running is like the Mizuno Wave Rider and...
Yeah. He's a trail dude. He's a trail dog.
Yeah. So I will say, I went into this review without great expectations. And, Jarrett's in the house.
Yeah. Jared, get yourself together. You can't.
Yeah.
There's a live show that starts at 1.
Sad.
It is now 1:07.
Sad that he's doing this. 'Cause this guy did the last ASICS GEL-Nimbus. He did the 21.
Yeah.
So I love the upper on this. I really did.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very super comfortable, nice, not too padded like say a Saucony Triumph or something like that. It's just like just the right amount of comforting cush in the upper. Very comfortable to walk around in. I wore these for a whole
So it would
week.
be a good dad shoe.
I don't know what to say.
Like if
but
you have cargo pants on right now
Yeah.
and you're considering
carpenter jorts.
you're considering a shoe, this might be the one for
might
you.
be the one. But it does have like a slim profile.
I mean,
which
you're
always
kidding.
like.
You actually enjoyed running in it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's not breaking new ground. I think ASICS is pretty
Let me ask you this,
comfortable.
because I think this is where this shoe falls in. If you're a person that bought the first 21 Kayanos, you're going to be like, yes, this is amazing. It's got a great upper, and it's exactly what I wanted.
Exactly. You're
Okay.
going to be happy.
But if you were like, I really want a Vaporfly, and, you know,
Yeah.
you're going to be like, what?
You'll be like, why did I spend $150? Why didn't I just spend the extra $100?
So I think that, you know, that's a rut some running shoe companies get in. You create a shoe that people love. You want to just keep pumping out the same one.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you're right. They're clearly doing okay,
Yeah.
making money off of it. So,
And
like,
it's risky for them to try to, if they got rid of that shoe.
Oh yeah.
It's real risk going
sure.
out after, you know, trying to convert Jared now to a new gel.
Yeah. And it's not.
Get in here, Jared.
Yeah,
What are you
get in here.
doing?
Come on.
Standing
So,
off in the wings.
Wait, so Jared,
Now where are you going?
did the
all over the place.
You did the GEL-Nimbus.
Oh, you want the side?
Dude, I don't go in the middle.
Oh yeah, he's always.
You
on
can
the
be in
side.
the middle. You can be a sandwich.
So you did the GEL-Nimbus 21.
The Nimbus 21, the
Last
Cumulus 21, the Kayano 20.
Yeah, you're an ASICS guy.
I
for a
know,
while.
right?
Yeah.
So did you found it, because I remember your review was like, it's not. You called it. I think you compared it to Bland from Arrested Development.
It's
so-
egg.
or egg. But I don't know. It's not a bad shoe. Actually, I think it looks pretty good.
I like that it's already denim color.
It looks a lot different.
Pairs nicely.
It pairs
I know.
nicely
with
with
the Canadian
your,
tuxedo.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had a denim jacket, this, and you could get your hair to look like Justin Timberlake,
Yep. You're
you'd be
in.
the man. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so read the review on that online.
Yeah, so nice of you to join us, Jared.
Yeah, Jared.
I made it.
Yeah.
Thanks
A
for
little late,
showing
but
up.
better late than never. Or never.
Sometimes that's not true, though.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes it's just better to be
Better,
dead.
better
just
never.
don't come.
All right, so we're pretty stoked to get these shoes in. This review is coming up in the next day or so.
What is this?
That's the Hoka Speedgoat 4.
Oh,
Classic at this point. I know it's
It
only
is.
it's only the 4th iteration, but it is a classic trail
I think
shoe
it's a
right now.
favorite,
Yeah.
like trail runner favorite.
Well, like, so for Western states,
The lugs on it.
I know,
Like-
the lugs.
Hoka became the official sponsor last
Yeah.
week, I think, and we were looking.
You were
at,
doing the stats of
yeah, we were
who
looking
was
at the
finishing
numbers.
for
I
it.
think we even talked about this.
Yeah,
It's like
you
30,
can tell them though they weren't here.
Yeah, so like I couldn't remember if I said it on the show, but anyways,
Yeah.
like 36% of Western state runners last year ran in Hoka, which is clearly by far the most.
Yeah.
I think Ultra was second.
I do
But-
think from just the reviewing of shoes that we do, and I haven't worn as many trail shoes as road shoes, but Hoka has a great product out there for the trails. I mean, it's lighter weight, it's cushioned, it's protective. Like this doesn't have a rock plate in it, I don't think, but you don't need it because
Right.
you've got, you know, what is that? It's probably
Around
22 millimeters
1,000 millimeters, yeah.
stack height. And then these lugs, look at the grip on these suckers. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, it's
But
got that
man,
Abram Mega Grip, which is
That's
it's
the
legit.
jam. Yeah.
In fact, I think people in this office space hate me because when I walk across the wooden floors, it's just so sticky.
Pick up your feet.
Yeah, but anyways, so that Aaron and Matt are reviewing this, which will come out like tomorrow or Monday. Not a ton has changed. Like there was some problems with the width in the toe box before. It's opened up a little bit, but the Evo Speedgoat also kind of had a nice.
So what is it? What is the difference in this one? Does it have?
Well, the EVO Speedgoat is like is a lighter, faster one.
Okay.
This is like just your standard Speedgoat. The only thing I don't like so far, I haven't tested it yet, but the tongue is thinned out, where it's almost like it's like a.
You don't like that?
I like a little cushion in my tongue.
A little cushion.
But along those same lines, quick preview is
Now that looks familiar.
Is the Hoka Speedgoat Mid 2 GTX Gore-Tex version. This is like, okay, so it's like one of my favorite shoes. I had the original version of it, which wasn't Gore-Tex. It was like Sky Shell waterproofing.
They're the B version.
Yeah.
The Plan B.
Yeah, but that was the first one that looked kind of crazy. It was like red and like yellow.
There were a lot of colors going on in that one.
But
Yeah,
I love that shoe.
It is.
I wore the hell out of that shoe.
Yeah, I mean, some people call it a clown shoe. I thought it looked cool. At least in person, it looked cool. I like a little flair. The thing that's interesting to let you know, though, like Gore-Tex had a patent for several years. So for a while, it was the breathable, waterproof fabric. And then about, I want to say 5 years ago, their 30-year patent on the material went up.
Oh, really?
And that's why you're seeing a lot of the companies, you know, High-Vent and all these other stuff, and North Face making their own.
Okay.
Because now they don't have to pay that royalty fee to get the same product. So there is alternatives out there that are as good as Gore-Tex, at least the material. But what I find Gore-Tex advantages, they're really dedicated to testing the product.
Okay.
And they really put it through, like, so, like, say that this shoe has real Gore-Tex in it. This shoe gets sent to the Gore-Tex labs. Gore-Tex helped develop the part of the shoe, and then they take it to the lab, and they have machines that they stick it on so that it's going, you know, 100,000 times,
Okay.
and they dunk it in water, and if there's any leaks, they know about it. So they do all that testing, and really product quality that you get out of a Gore-Tex product and the finished product, I think, is worth the premium cost. That's just my 2 cents.
And I'm not sure what this price point is coming out. Let me see if I can find it.
When does it come out? Because I've started seeing the advertising for it, and it's all over. I feel like their Instagram and even their website.
Yeah, it's coming out in. Let me see if I can find it.
Wait, so you're saying Speedgoat or Speedgoat Mid?
The mid. Well, they said that is this. I think they're promoting this hard because it was kind of like a sleeper hit last year.
Mhm.
Because the whole
Because of
chunky.
your photos.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I contributed to 90% of that. You're welcome, Hoka. But I think it's like the chunky things in the boot. It's like very in right now.
Didn't like they catch Yeezy?
Yeah,
Or
no.
now isn't it Christian?
Just
Billionaire.
What Christian?
Billionaire.
No, Genius.
Genius
Billionaire.
billionaire.
It was
Christian
Kanye.
Genius Billionaire was wearing a pair
That's
of
not who was
Hokas.
wearing it.
It
was
wasn't?
Kanye West.
That is
Formerly-
Christian.
formerly-
Wait, was that his new name?
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
even
he
catch
might
that.
change it. That's the word.
No, it wasn't him. It was Kanye West.
Formerly known as Kanye West.
It wasn't Prince. It was Glyph.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened today.
Wait, when did?
Today.
Okay, today. All right.
Yeah, Robbie's not-
Sorry, I was working all this morning.
Some of us go on the internet.
Yeah.
The pop culture. You should always know the pop culture.
Yeah.
Always.
Dude, I've listened to Jesus is King probably like 30 times so far. So
Is that the one that has a bebop and debop bop bop song on it, or is that a different one?
I don't know. I don't think that's the one though.
All right. But yeah, he was Yeezy. It was also Kanye West. I don't
Yeah.
know if you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, yeah.
Also that guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was spotted wearing one of the Hoka boots earlier this year and like sold out in like a day.
Yeah. I actually think his name is kind of like his own vision board that he gets to walk around with.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like people have to call him Christian. He goes, yes, I'm a Christian. Genius. Yes, I'm a genius. And 2, I want to be a billionaire. It's like if he hears it
didn't
enough
realize.
times,
I love that.
he'll be like, that's me. I'm a Christian
We should
genius
start.
billionaire.
We should start doing that for ourselves.
That's his branding. It's like his, it's his values.
Yeah.
That's what I want. You know? I'm gonna come up with a name. Sandwich. That's what I want.
Yeah. Awesome lunch. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm pretty
Awesome.
excited to wear that shoe and test it out.
That is cool.
Should be good.
We're gonna, and now that the name Yeezy is up for grabs,
Yeah,
I think
now I
you should,
can-
you
I
should
can-
grab it.
Anyways, so do we have any other? Oh, this week we did have a couple more reviews on the site. Poros Watch Roundup.
Yeah.
I've reviewed all of those this whole year and finally like rounded up all 3 of them so you can compare and contrast.
And you'd be surprised which one's his favorite.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
The middle one, the Apex Pro, is my favorite.
Yeah.
So Vertex is cool. It's just like too much for me.
Yeah.
But
it's like driving an armored SUV.
It's like the H1 Hummer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
yeah, basically. Anyways, that's pretty much what's up on the
Yeah.
site for this
We're gonna
week.
get the Hoka Elevon.
Elevon?
Elevon
Yeah.
2, which is coming out in February. We posted some pictures on Instagram today that kind of give you a detail of it. We'll have a full review coming out soon. I think that this week we'll probably write it up. Megan and I have been putting plenty of miles on it. I'm well over. They actually look. I'm wearing them right now. They actually look almost brand new, and I have like 50, 60 miles on these.
I like them.
So
Probably
not. Probably 40
Like
miles.
couple like questions real quick.
Yeah, hit it.
Someone asked about the Gel-Nimbus 21 or 22.
22.
22.
Double deuce.
Just do the newest one.
Yeah.
1080 V10 or Ultra Boost 19.
Ooh, 1080. I mean, here's the thing. I love the Ultra Boost 19 because it doubles. It's a nice cushion trainer that runs well.
Are we going to be doing the 20?
The Ultra Boost 20?
Yeah. Sorry for
If they send it.
Okay.
And yeah, absolutely. I'm not. I won't spend Boost money, but I'll. If they send it to me, I'll take it. But I did like it because, like I said, it doubles up. It was fun to run in on the streets. It's a little heavy, but it's also like probably the shoe that I wore casually the most this past year. Like I loved it. It's a comfortable shoe. But for pure running and for pure, that kind of thing, I gotta go New Balance 1080 V10. I just love that shoe. It's gonna be my trainer of the year for just like, you can do it's not like a fast-paced shoe. What do they call it? Sexy pace now?
Yeah.
It's a sexy pace shoe.
There you go.
And it's good
Middle
for
pace.
what is Nike calling like?
The middle pace?
Yeah, the middle paces.
Yeah.
Perfect middle pace shoe. You would love it. Like it would be on your holiday.
I know.
It's gonna be there for you. You just
They
need to
didn't-
get it wide.
They didn't have the wide at the time.
Yeah. I would love to do a follow-up with a wide in the review because I think you're getting a following with your dinosaur feet.
It's people like me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wide
it's,
feet are a big thing.
I mean, we might get. I mean, they're not out yet anywhere, but I think possibly they could be sending the wide and the speedgoat. So
Yeah.
that'll be a follow-up, like a edited review.
Yeah.
But
Are you hitting the trails this year?
this year? I don't have much time left.
He's getting married in like a week.
Yeah, come
Right?
on.
10
I
days.
love that you're using the
I love it.
good hashtags there.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the important thing.
Yeah.
Hashtags are very important.
Yeah, next time you see this guy.
No, I have one more.
Oh,
If I
yeah.
come next.
Oh, you're gonna come next Friday?
Possibly.
Isn't that like
I love
the
it.
night before the wedding?
No, it's
that's
Wednesday.
right.
Sunday
It's Sunday wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next, assuming everything goes
Next
to
week we
plan, next week will be my last time as a single man.
Ooh.
And maybe we should
you
throw
go.
on a live bachelor party for him while he's
So
here.
we're just gonna shotgun beer and
No,
drink
I'm
it out of
gonna
the shoes
I'm gonna
and
get
stuff, right?
no, I'm gonna get you a bottle of Poppy or whatever it's called. The
Pappy?
yeah.
You know what?
Or Whistle Pig.
Good luck.
and we can
I
sit
was
here.
actually late because I
You're
was
meeting a guy in a
trying
garage.
to find bourbon. Turns out
Shocker.
they had it reserved for someone else, so it was a waste of time.
Shocker.
Which liquor store was this?
Lighthouse?
Canton Cross.
Oh.
Lighthouse, they had it. I didn't know about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
okay. Let's we'll answer some more questions. If you have any questions about any of these shoes or any other shoes, want some advice?
Or just personal stuff like, hey,
yeah. Should
Yeah.
I break up with my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, if you have to ask.
We will. We'll
Unless
answer
you
them at the end of the
work
show.
for
But
McDonald's.
right now, we're gonna talk to Croy from XOSKIN. He's gonna come on. We're gonna bring
Do you
on
have
Dave
any
Seal.
good like kind of like that transition music that we can play while we switch chairs? No, it's like.
Well, now I don't, but I wish I would have.
Yeah, it would have been cool if you could hit it and just go over there. All right, you
anyways.
me off.
Bring it in, fellas.
fun.
We also got Dave Seal joining us, recent 100 miler finisher. Boom. What's up, brother?
What's up?
So we got Croy here from XOSKIN. We got Dave Seal. Gonna talk a little bit of socks action, get the lowdown on some of
Yeah.
XOSKIN stuff, a little bit of insight. into
Sock
what
shirts,
makes it cool.
compression
Yeah,
shorts.
all of it. Yeah, they're not just socks, but
No.
like we're kind of like that's our realm, kind of the
Yeah.
socks. But I don't know the foot, I should say, shoes and socks.
We call socks our gateway drug to exercise.
That's it. That's so true.
So okay, so tell me about XOSKIN a little bit. Like, where are you from? What makes XOSKIN a little bit different than other socks? You know.
Sure. Well, thanks for the opportunity, first and foremost. We're from Frederick, Maryland.
What, Maryland?
Yeah. XOSKIN was born out of the idea of creating performance-based apparel that lives up to its name in terms of protecting. Basically, the way I tell people about XOSKIN is we solve the problems that endurance athletes face.
Which is
Chafing, blisters, hot spots, and odor.
right.
So
I mean-
if we can keep you comfortable, focus on your training or your race, our job is done.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think if anyone who's run an ultra, almost everyone has experienced blisters or
Yeah.
like chewed up feet, even marathons. A
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Marine
So-
Corps Marathon last week.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was
It
horrible.
was like people were running through puddles like this big, like
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome because like obviously Dave, you've been running some ultras, you've had
Yeah.
some stuff with that.
Yeah.
And did you run? And actually, Croy, if you want to bring one out.
Sure.
So these are like a couple of XOSKIN's socks. Which one?
Yeah.
This is the.
Those are the Exo Toes. These are the ones that I run in probably the most often.
Okay.
I have kind of a shorter version of this, and then also the compression sock version as well. And exactly with what you got, with what Croy said. I mean, I've run, I think, short of except for my first ultra, I've run every one of my ultras in XOSKIN.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason being is that they work. I mean, and you don't get blisters, you don't get chafed.
Yeah.
They just work. And, if you can take away that kind of added factor
Yeah.
of not worrying about blisters, not worrying about what's going on with your feet, it's a big difference.
Oh, I mean that's huge. Like, have you gotten blisters with these before?
No,
Or
never.
Really?
Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
Nope.
'Cause
And I've run, let's see, four 50Ks, a 50 miler, and my 100 miler.
Man. It's like
all in this,
That's
all
awesome.
pretty much all in this sock. Yeah.
It's like almost like you haven't had to go through that baptism of fire by
No.
fire,
No.
like normal trail.
Man, yeah, and I mean, I
love
think the other nice thing that I like about them is that, and some people like a little bit of cushion, but I run in the speedgoats, which has plenty of cushion,
Right.
and so it's a thinner sock, and a lot of people will complain about the speedgoats that they don't have that feel of the trail because of that cushion. I find with a thinner sock, and maybe I'm just like a weird anomaly, but like I feel like the feel is enough.
Yeah.
I have narrow feet, so the speedgoat works for me. But these, I mean, it's just kind of my perfect game plan.
That's awesome.
I throw those on, have my speedgoats, and it works, and it's continued to work. And I would change it up, but why change something that's working for you?
Well, I mean, I saw that. Is it Jake Jackson?
Jake Jackson.
Yep.
I guess that was a week ago. Jake Jackson was a member of the U.S. Men's 24-hour team that competed in Albi, France, and Jake ran. I believe it was 165.7 miles in 24 hours.
That's insane.
In one pair of socks.
Just one?
One pair of
That's
socks
crazy.
for the entire time with no blisters.
Yeah.
So
That's insane.
yeah,
I did see, I saw his Instagram picture, and I was like, his feet look exactly the same, as.
yeah,
like,
it's
just what he said.
incredible what the material, and
Oh, yes,
you
talk
know,
about that.
to take
Yeah,
a
talk
just
about the material.
take a step back. What makes us different, since you asked, it comes down to the material and the design and where it's made. The owner of the company, Rick, owns the patents on the materials we use. So it's PTFE and copper.
Okay.
PTFE, for a simplistic term, think Teflon.
Okay.
It's
okay.
very slick.
Gotcha.
So we're able to create, cut down on the abrasion and the friction. Friction leads to chafing, blisters, and hot spots.
Right.
Copper is an essential element for all life with the exception of odor-causing bacteria.
Oh, okay.
It interrupts the bacteria's ability to create the proteins they need to live.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you kill the bacteria, your gear doesn't smell like something died in it.
Right. Which
So-
I think we've all been there.
And then,
As my wife can attest to.
yeah. So all our products are made here in the United States, right down to the packaging. We try to provide a value add. Every piece of gear comes in
Oh yeah.
a double seal lock sack bag.
It's actually pretty sweet. I thought that was cool. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I was like,
Oh, this is the other bonus.
Yeah.
Because I have like 5 of these at home.
Oh,
and
really?
I use them all the time.
That's awesome.
It's like an added bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So aside from socks, we make a full range of shirts, compression shorts and tights, leg sleeves. We're working on hats right now. We have some new toe socks we're working on. These were the first generation, but we're coming out with a wool version shortly before Christmas,
Nice.
hopefully.
Okay.
Stars and planets align. So we could cover you head to toe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you come out, or do you have plans to come out with a compression version of these?
Not right now. It's been prototyped, but there are the market is dictating that we work on other variations
Totally.
other than the compression toe sock.
That makes sense.
And to be quite honest, a lot of people, especially in ultras, you want to swap out your socks, but you don't
Right.
want to take off a compression
Yup,
sock.
that's such a good point.
So that's
Yup.
why a lot of people will pair it with the compression sleeve.
Gotcha.
And then the
That's-
ankle or the
that's a good
quarter
point.
point.
Yep.
That's cool.
So-
That's a good point.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I've seen increasingly more and more people, especially here in the Mid-Atlantic, running in, full XOSKIN gear.
Really?
There's a lot. I mean, you go pretty much at least in the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah.
You go to any ultra, you're gonna find someone with XOSKIN.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really becoming pretty ubiquitous.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously had an awareness, and then when we started talking, I was like, oh yeah, like, and they started trying it out and testing it. By the way, review is on the site. I had seen it and heard of it, and then once I started looking into it, I was like, oh yeah, like a lot of people, especially like ultra runners, would swear by it. So.
And talk about that. Like, was that kind of your goal to go for that ultra, or is it is that the market that just kind of picked up on it?
We kind of fell into it.
Nice.
I mean,
I'm just being honest.
That's how it happens a lot of the times, though.
The intent was there to develop something. Rick is a trail runner himself.
Okay.
And a former Navy SEAL too, right?
Airborne Ranger.
Or just, I'm sorry, Airborne Ranger. Okay.
And Rick and I met mountain biking. So, the one thing about XOSKIN is it's multifaceted in terms of you can use it for anything. I wear it cycling. I'm a cyclist. I'm not a runner. We have first responders who wear our gear.
Oh, okay.
Anybody who wants to
Horse
be comfortable.
riders.
Yeah.
There's some
really?
ambassadors that they use it for horse riders, and they swear by it.
Okay.
Yeah, horse riding. Yeah.
There's soldiers in the theater in Afghanistan and Iraq that wear some of our apparel.
Okay.
So there are so many different uses for it, but to your point, we kind of fell into ultra and trail. Back when we first started promoting at races, we went to one trail race in Virginia. Nobody knew who we were. We showed up, set up, and it just happened that it was the perfect storm because the weather just went south. Everybody was cold, wet, and miserable. And it was a great weekend for XOSKIN, and that's kind of what got the ball rolling.
awesome.
I love that. It's like
That's
when everyone
awesome.
else has a terrible weekend, it's like the best.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I think what it comes down to is just, it works.
Yeah.
And that sort of the Teflon copper. I think the other piece to it is like the copper is really good for your skin.
Mm-hmm.
So even just wearing them around on a daily basis, after my 100, I wore the compression socks as kind of recovery, and I didn't even really think about it.
Yeah.
But after 100 miles, your feet have weird rashes and bacteria, and
it's
they're
not
kind of
normal.
gnarly. And I wore them overnight, and like it helped my skin. It helped to improve my skin.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
which is
awesome.
cool too.
One of our athletes, Becky Rogers, is training to break
yeah.
the
She's amazing.
supported record on the Pacific Crest Trail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's going to make that attempt in June of next year.
Okay.
But one of the things she does is she carries extra socks with her specifically to wear at night so that she knows they'll be clean. She can put them on overnight, help that hot process of the skin healing and from any injuries that she might sustain during the day.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
there's a lot of benefits to anyone who's just active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, I'm really excited. It sucks because I was telling you earlier, I was like kind of injured right now, so I can't really do any like hammer some hard trails, and I just like I want to get these out there, get them wet, get them muddy. And just,
They're
like,
cool.
do some stuff.
They're cool, and they do keep you. I mean, that's the other thing, is they do dry very quickly.
Yeah, well, I did run a 10K in these, like a hard 10K in Baltimore, and I was pretty surprised. Like my feet weren't wet. Like there's no sweat really at the end. You know, they
Right.
weren't wet, so.
Right.
To Thomas's point earlier about Gore doing testing, that's another unique feature that we offer in terms of proving the claims that we say.
Yeah.
So on our website is results from an independent third-party test where they looked at our material versus material from the North Face, Icebreaker, and Under Armour.
Yes, that's all.
I'm not here to bash anybody else's
Yeah.
products, but XOSKIN outperformed each of those brands in terms of how quickly it wicked and how quickly it dried.
And like heat retention too, right? Like, or I mean that all goes together.
Yeah. So it's proven that our material is great for keeping you dry. And the other thing, a lot of people who especially wear toe socks, they say other brands feel kind of like a wet blanket, where those can be soaking wet and you don't really notice that your feet are wet.
Yeah. I have kind of experienced that before with certain other toe socks.
I think the last thing I would say too is that they're still a small company.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like pretty much Croy and a few other guys.
Yeah, Rick and
and their customer service is really great. Like they really try to make everyone and make everything easy. So if you have issues with socks, if you have issues with touch base with these guys, because like they want their products to be out there and they want their products to perform well, and they want you to have a good experience with their brand. So I've definitely come across, had friends who've had issues, and that was not an issue.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always obviously nice to have that customer service and personal touch to it, for sure.
That's one of the things we pride ourselves on. I mean, I wish I could sit here and say everything we do is perfect. It's not.
Well, you're a human, so.
Yeah, but we make it right to the best we
Right,
can.
right.
And, I think, I'm not a runner, I'm a cyclist, but one of the best aspects about my job is the customers and the ambassadors that I work with, and being able to solve problems that people face is why I get up every day and do what I do.
That's awesome.
So,
That's great. Yeah. So, anyways, if you want to check them out and for sure, like, pick up a pair, go to our description. There's a link in there and you can save 20% by putting in the code BITR, but that's all in the description. So check that out.
Yeah.
So it's great having you on. I really appreciate you coming on. It's cool to hear about it, because like we always get tons of product and socks and shoes, but it's like hearing from the people who actually make it, like, and how it works and how they've designed it. It's kind of cool.
And if you're out there this weekend, JFK, Stone Mill, you'll see XOSKIN. Talk to those folks that are wearing XOSKIN, and they'll tell you, just like I have, that this stuff works.
Cool.
And one last thing, just follow us on social media at XOSKIN USA. We're going to be running some holiday promotions. I'll share those with you so you can send them out to everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely, Floyd. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Dave, for coming on.
buddy. Always.
Appreciate it. Thomas, you want to come back and answer a couple more questions?
Come on here.
All right. If anyone has any more questions, throw them out there. We'll answer a couple from earlier. Okay, so we got 1080 V10 versus Rincon This is insane.
Balance.
This is an insane list.
Yeah. Well, it's all the New Balance ones. They're basically asking which New Balance do I like the best. And you threw a ring cone in there.
And Clifton and Kinvara.
And Clifton and Kinvara.
Okay.
The new Kinvara I haven't put on yet.
That's coming out. Well,
Yeah,
they did. I think they asked the. Oh, not yet. Sorry.
Yeah. So we haven't put that on. The ring cone I kind of like loved when I first got it, and then as I got more and more miles on it, I still like it a lot, but I liked the Clifton better. I'm liking the Elevon 2, like the Clifton, but it's a little firmer, so it's nice. Like, I think that sometimes when my legs get busted up and tired, sometimes it's actually good for me to put a firmer shoe on. It kind of gets things back lined up. Yeah. So that, but like, as far as the 1080, like I said, is probably my, like, I would say most versatile of those shoes. Like, can grind out miles in them. It feels light enough on the foot. It bounces a little bit. I'd say it's just.
How does the 1080 compare to what the Beacon is?
Well, I feel like the 1080 is a little softer underfoot, and I like it's a more traditional style fit. So I kind of like it better. I, have a narrow foot, so it has a very stretchy engineered knit over the vamp, and that's like the toe box. But so it molds to my foot that's narrow, and I think if you have a wider foot like Megan, because she was doing hers with the, she has a wide foot and she was wearing them, and the knit stretched to accommodate her foot. So I feel like it's a really nice, well thought out shoe. It's clearly better than the two before it. Like, I didn't even enjoy running in the two previous models. The V9 just didn't fit me correctly, and I had heel lift in it, and it felt clunky. And the one before that, the fresh foam was just so hard.
Yeah, the softness sounds nice, because I think I'm almost around 300 miles in the Beacon too, and I feel like it's starting to die, and like my feet are not, I guess, as soft as it once was.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you would dig it. I think that if you like the Beacon, I think that you'll like the 1080. I think it's probably, what did your Beacon weigh?
Light. I don't even
Is it
remember.
under 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So the 1080 is a 10.1 ounce shoe for our size, which is size 10 and a half. But I feel like I feel like in the Beacon, you just have a nice rocker that's somewhat soft, where this one I actually feel like you come down and it gives you a little bit of pop off.
Cody Jett said that after 150 miles, his ring cone feels dead.
Yeah. Now, I guess your experience the same thing. I felt like it was a good shoe, but like, especially in the forefoot, I just felt like it kind of like, it was almost like it spread out sideways and spread down. So it was like less under the middle of the foot and kind of sloppier on the sides.
Someone asked, I guess me, the Nimbus 22 or the New Balance 1080 V10, which I haven't tried the 1080 V10, but I can already tell you 1080 V10.
You can guess it that way.
There wasn't that much besides the look, there wasn't a huge difference between the 22 and 21, it seemed like, for the...
Right.
So
I think there is a little bit more gel on the forefoot, which I still found it to be firm when I was running. And running in them didn't feel terrible, it just wasn't like super inspiring. They actually feel lighter than
I think that's probably, there's shoes that are bad that I try on that I'm like, these are just bad. And then there's shoes that are great that you're like, these feel great. The worst shoe for me is probably those, when we have to review, is the ones that just don't have any personality.
Yeah,
it's just like,
which is exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
It's not a bad shoe at all.
Yeah.
It's just there's nothing to it that's like, this is exciting.
like when you're lacing up in the morning, I got an 8-mile run this morning. You're not putting on the shoe going, I can't wait to get out there and hit it. It's just like, all right.
I actually did feel like, I did like I felt like they were lighter, maybe even felt a little bit faster than they should be at weighing 10.2 ounces for a size 7.5. Yeah, it's like 11 ounce shoe for normal size. But they have great grip. The rubber on the rubber outsole.
And the upper is super comfy.
And it is.
The ASICS has the upper.
They got that.
Figure
They got
out
the
down.
basics down, but again, it's it's your Ford. You know, I don't even know what your middle car would be these days. What's your middle of the road?
Not even
Don't
Toyota
you rip
Corolla.
on the Camry?
It's
'cause
like-
that's what I.
Yeah, it's a Camry.
Oh,
it's
great.
a Camry.
Well, I think Brooks
That's
is more
why
like
I'm wearing these.
Yeah.
I think the Brooks is like the Toyota Corolla. Brooks is just like that lower price point, solid as hell, will get
Right.
the job done.
You can have it
They're a
forever.
little bit more exciting than ASIC to me.
A little bit because they
Ice
come out with
cream
ice cream
flavors.
flavors and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
I like it.
I will say there's two things that happened with Nike this week that are making a lot of news.
Yeah, we won't talk about them.
Well, we'll talk about one of them.
Oh, the shoe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
like,
minus,
nobody
the
wants
minus
it-
52%.
Nobody wants our opinion on the other part.
Yeah, I think that one I would need to be female to give. You know, not that I can't empathize with women, but I do feel like there's so many layers to that side that it's like a third rail for
Yeah, it's just like
for,
a
for
totally
me,
different
and there's no reason for me to get
different
involved.
perspective.
I
But-
like how much support there is for her on Twitter between all of like the big female athletes and stuff. I
No,
think
I mean,
that's
it's-
Yeah, but then if you go on the Let's Run
Yeah.
boards,
Yeah.
you're
I'm not
gonna-
on there.
You're gonna get a
I'm not
different,
on there.
You're gonna get a different perspective. It's kind of like Trump in
Like
the middle of the
Fox,
country,
yeah, or
Trump
go to
in
the
New
coast.
York.
Yeah,
You're gonna hear a different message in your ears.
yeah. Anyway, so Nike is coming out with the next version of a React shoe, I guess.
It's
The Infinity React.
yeah, which is supposed to, and people are asking what our take is on this on one of the questions. Like, it's really hard because I don't think, I mean, unless a shoe has tacks in the insole, I don't think that shoes really. I've had maybe one or two shoes in the hundreds that we've done. By the way, we hit our 1,000th review on Believe in the Run this week. Of all the shoes I've worn, I can recall one shoe that I took off immediately because it was hurting me, and that one I would say caused injury. But your mechanics, your body strength, the supporting muscles, all that stuff play into injury prevention.
Yeah.
And I don't think, like, for me, you can't say this shoe will help you.
Well, that's the thing. So I don't think
less
we said that Nike
claims.
claims that this shoe will reduce your injuries by
24%?
52%.
52?
It's the minus 52%. So
And that was against their structure that they were comparing it against.
But I'm wondering,
Like,
what
the
is
structure
that?
It was such a patch.
What is the difference? Like, what are they talking about? Like,
I don't know, because it's just like
What are you measuring?
It has a wider platform. It has
more React, so more cushion,
Reacts,
wider
but
platform.
I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
measuring injured people.
I guess.
This person's not injured. That's good. That's good.
Take him out behind the barn. But I just think one area, and this is a great question for like Simon Bartol and Bartol Clinical. He studied foot anatomy and all this stuff, and gone in depth on the way that shoes impact the health of your body overall.
Yeah.
So he'd probably be a better person to answer this question than just about anyone. But like, it's like saying if I wear this hat, my hair is going to be 27% thicker.
Cooler.
It's like, what does that have? Like,
Yeah.
it's genetics, it's all
But
that stuff.
The only thing is, I'm not going to doubt. I feel like there's a lot of like science and studies behind this, and I mean, if there's a company that has the money to do that,
it's just like what you're looking for. If I do a scientific study that,
It's confirmation bias, kind
Yeah.
of. Like, that's what you're looking for.
yeah.
that's
I don't
similar to the
I don't
next
know.
percent.
No, because they've had independent people do that. So far, I don't think, has anybody independent proven that.
About injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And how
Not
would
that I
you
know.
do? And it's like the next percent. You can have somebody running.
There's so many.
Measure their economy.
There's
and
so
see
many
it, but,
variables.
like, how do you measure injury?
Are they measuring is everyone on the same nutrition plan? Is everyone running the exact same amount every week? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many other variables that come
I
into
think they're
it.
going to have to release that information because those are bold claims.
Yeah, but most
They're really bold
importantly,
claims.
the shoe is fire. Like, I want it. I want to
It
wear
looks
it.
cool. I mean,
want
we're getting it.
Yeah. So
I don't care
whether or
what it
not I'm
does.
walking around with a limp or not, I want to try that shoe.
Yeah.
So, a couple final questions. Well, somebody said that Jacob said he ran 2,200 kilometers in his Kayanos.
Way to go.
That's
I don't know what that conversion is.
That's
22
math.
2,200. 20 kilometers is what?
Well, 10K is 6 miles.
Yeah.
So 2,200 is
8 million
12
miles.
Dude, that's like.
I went to law school, not math school. I don't
Yeah.
carry the
Somebody with a Google
17.
machine over there, Dave Seal.
Google.
Yeah, I mean 22K is half a marathon.
22K.
So
It's
you
22K.
add,
Multiply.
Yeah,
So
add-
1,300 miles.
yeah,
almost,
1,300 miles,
At least.
right around there.
Right.
1367.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I do know how to do
Was it?
stuff.
That's
I
insane.
feel like it's gonna end up being like the midsole is completely gone, and you're just wearing the
No,
upper.
no. See, that's the thing.
And
I
you're
do,
running barefoot.
If I would say there's something to some of these old school shoes like the ASICS stuff, you could
Just
run in
run
those until
forever.
Yeah.
until the upper falls apart, and the uppers on those are made so well that if you look at the bottoms of these shoes where these people run these massive amount of miles on, the bottom's shredded. The rubber is thin, it's falling off in places, it's doing that, but they can still run it because it's still got a cushion between their foot. And there'd be some dude out there who'll tell you can run barefoot. And,
Yeah.
or he's been
ASICS
in Vibrams for 20 years now.
The high abrasion rubber thing.
Yeah.
So apparently that might mean something.
It might.
Based on 20.
Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it?
That's it. I mean, we're at over 45
All right,
minutes.
you, if you're still here, are one of the fortunate people who got to witness episode 20. So congrats, guys.
We did it.
You guys
Dude, who would have
Right here.
thought? Who would have thought?
What's that about?
Yeah, I mean,
high
seriously.
High five to the fellas in the back
Yeah.
for popping on. Croy and Dave.
If you were here for our first one, you know that like the chances of us making to 20, slim.
It wasn't looking good.
It was not looking good.
I remembered all those technical difficulties like they were yesterday.
Yeah,
Imagine
like
what-
panic, heat, a lot of heat.
Yeah. Yeah. We're getting there. Anyways, all right.
All right, good night,
Remember,
guys.
We didn't say the like stuff.
Okay, you go ahead, like us on social media. You know where we are now. If you're watching this, you're already probably
If you're
leaving
this
the
far
run on
in the video.
Instagram. Probably subscribe to the YouTube channel. You're probably in our Facebook group.
Yep. Get in our Facebook group. That's where we actually just
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah, and you'll hear some opinions.
Not talk about like crazy shoe stuff
Yeah.
all the time.
You can even talk to famous people like Patrick Fellows, who's in there.
Coach
Dave
Ames.
Ames is in there.
Conversation starter.
yeah.
He has that little cup with the steam
Oh,
coming off it.
nice. You accepted the badge.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, yeah.
You're a
Thanks.
visual storyteller.
All right.
All right.
We did it.
Whoa. We're still live.
Oh, I
Episode
thought
20.
the
It's
live was